welcome back to Garage Matters. Now, if you've been following my channel lately, you guys might have noticed that I've been testing out a couple of dash cams here and there. Now let's see what's going on with this 2010 Nissan Frontier as far as the dash cam that I've installed on it a couple of years ago. Now, this dash cam that was installed on this 2010 Nissan Frontier, it is off the windshield right now, and it's held up here by this suction cup. Now let's go here and take a look at the dash cam that I will be installing on this 2010 Nissan Frontier. This is the 70mm dash cam A800S plus the rear cam set. So this should have the front facing and the rear facing camera inside, and it also records at 4K. So that's going to give us better picture quality when we pull the footage for playback. Let's go ahead and get this unboxed and see what all is included in this dash cam. Alright, so it looks like we have the rear camera, which is nice. I was kind of curious if it's going to include the rear camera because on here it said optional, but it does come with the rear camera plus the rear cam set. But you don't have to use the rear camera if you don't want to, but I think for my purposes I'm going to go ahead and hook up this rear camera as well. Now the main camera, the front facing camera, it looks pretty nice. This camera does swivel up and down, so you can adjust the camera. And what's really nice about this camera is that I was able to get the ND filter right here to put on this little lens right here to help block some of that direct sunlight to give us a better picture quality with this dash cam. This is the screen side. Looks like we've got some physical buttons. I like these physical buttons right here because sometimes with touch screens your fingers are greasy and you can't really touch it, but I like having physical buttons. And right here it looks like we have the SD card, micro SD, DC in, and AV in. So okay, so AV in, that looks like it's probably gonna come back from the rear facing camera. So let's test fit this real quick. No, okay, is it? Alright, so AV in, it's not gonna fit in there. Let's take a look inside of this box again. Maybe there's an adapter for this rear facing camera because it doesn't look like it's gonna fit in here. Got the DC power, AV in, micro SD. Let's see what else is in here. Alright, so we do have some more wiring. We are probably gonna need this to make the rear camera work. Okay, so alright. And then this. Alright, so this wire looks like it's going to go back to the rear facing camera. Yep. So this wire is for the rear facing camera, and we are just going to plug it in like this. Bam, just like that. And then the other side definitely is going to go inside of where it says AV in right here. Let's see if it fits. Alright, it fits perfectly. And then we'll just run this wire inside of the vehicle on top of the headliner and all the way back to the rear glass of this Nissan Frontier. Let's see what else comes in here. So in here we do have a 12 volt adapter that we're going to plug into the cigarette lighter. And then over here it looks like we have some adhesive mounting. Now real quick before we hop into the vehicle, let's just go ahead and put this backing plate on here so we don't have to do it later. So we'll just put it like that. We're going to leave this on until we're ready to go ahead and mount this onto the windshield. Then we'll put the double-sided tape on like this, and then we'll mount it onto the windshield. I think I'm going to put it right behind here, and it should look pretty good back behind here. Nothing obstructing my view anymore. And before we peel this double-sided tape off and apply it on here, you also want to make sure you clean the glass. So let's go ahead and get a microfiber towel, and all I'm going to do is just clean it. I'm just going to wipe it down, make sure that there's no grease, fingerprints, or anything up behind here, and then we can go ahead and mount it up here. Now we're ready to go ahead and put this little filter in here. Let's grab this filter right here, and it doesn't look like there's any threading on here, so all we're going to do is just push it onto this lens right here, and that should do it. Now let's go ahead and peel this part off right here and put the double-sided tape on here. Let's get this peeled. We're gonna peel one side first. I'm gonna stick it right on here, just like this. Alright, press it down nice and firm, and then we're gonna peel the back side of this. See if I can get up. There we go. And then we're just gonna stick it up onto the windshield, just like this. We're gonna line it up exactly where we want it again, and then just sort of firmly press down on it. Okay, that looks like it's gonna be good right there. And then we are gonna press down on it, just like this. Okay, and that should do it. Perfect. Now, I don't know why this little lens fell off. Let's go ahead and see if we can put this lens back on. Alright. Yep, there we go. That lens back on there, so no problems at all. It does fit with the lens on here, and there is plenty of clearance to rotate this camera up and down. Now with the front-facing dash cam mounted, let's go ahead and run the wiring for the rear-facing dash cam. I think I'm gonna mount it up there and run the wiring from up here. Just come up along this edge right here, and then go back from up in here. Okay. Yep, so it'll be kind of like this, right along here, right along here, and then probably go back in between here, and then over here, and then the camera is just gonna mount right here. So I'm gonna probably wire everything off camera. Now with this rear facing camera mounted back here on the rear glass, went up and around this headliner right here, came across here, went underneath here, and then back over there and up to the dash cam. So let's go ahead and hook it up to power and see if this is going to work. Now the power cable that comes with this kit, I do like it because it's actually a really long USB cable, and what I didn't realize was that I can actually use the USB charger that is included on my aftermarket head unit. So it's got two of these USB chargers down here, and that makes it extremely easy because I don't have to run this back into my center console for the 12-volt outlet. I could just plug it up right here, and then we'll be good to go. All right, with that wire tucked away, let's go ahead and turn this on. But before we do that, let's go ahead and remove this protector and covering off from that screen. All right, let's turn it on. All right, so it's hooked up to the radio, and then it comes on automatically. I don't have to press any buttons, and it makes a sweet little chime, and there it goes. Let's pick, it looks like the check mark. It's the enter button. Okay, so hit this again. Green means recording. Okay. Okay, all right. Can fix that later. I just want to see if it works.
Please format SD card. Abnormal time detected. Please calibrate the time manually. Formatting succeeded. Backup camera is connected.
Okay, so the backup camera is connected, and all I'm seeing is the front facing camera right now. Let's see if we can change this to the rear camera.
Switch to rear recording.
Okay, so you press this button on the left to swap the cameras.
Switch to front recording. Switch to rear recording.
Okay, so that is the rear. I'm kind of curious
Switch to front recording.
if it records the front and the rear simultaneously.
Start recording emergency video.
Okay. And if you accidentally press this button, it's gonna not stop recording until it is done recording that emergency video. So don't make that mistake. Now this button right here, this is for any videos that you might have. And then it goes into the different modes right here. And then this other one is your settings. So it's got different video settings in here. I went ahead and chose like medium sensitivity for emergency, because sometimes you go over speed bumps and it'll automatically hit that emergency video. Time lapse, I'm gonna turn that off for now. Video resolution, we got it cranked up all the way to max resolution because this is a 4K, and I will be testing that here very shortly. And then it's got a speed and latitude, so I'm kind of curious if the speed and latitude is going to be displayed when we pull the footage, but we'll find out once we pull the footage. Now let's zoom in on this wall and see if we can read some of these characters over here. We're going to zoom in into this MSD box and look over to the right, and I can't make out anything. It's probably because I'm asking way too much from this dash cam. But over here, we can read Y16-92, and then up here 305 A478048. And up here, I'm not gonna zoom in to try to read that little sticker up there. It's pointless. But then over here, we do have NGK as well. Now, if you might have noticed, I am doing a voiceover, and that is because I forgot to turn on the internal microphone for this dash cam. Now it does have one, but you gotta go into the settings and turn it on. Now on this dash cam, on the lower left corner, I do like that it has the time and date, and then the speed on the lower right corner, and as well as your GPS position. And in this rear facing camera video, it actually looks pretty good. Not bad at all. Now after pulling the files from this dash cam and watching it on my computer, I am glad to say that this dash cam does record both the front and the rear camera simultaneously. So you don't have to toggle that button around to get it to record simultaneously. It automatically does that. As far as the video quality, I am quite impressed with the video quality. I have seen other dash cams that perform worse than this, even though they're recording 4K. This one does pretty well, and I am happy with it. I'm probably gonna keep it on this Frontier for a while. So if you're interested in this dash cam, I will leave a link in my description below to where you can find out additional information on this dash cam. That's gonna do it this time for Garage Matters. Now make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and join us next time on Garage Matters.